Thanks.
It's that million-watt smile. You have a million-watt smile. It's
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, and Rick too. This is One Broadway Collaborative. I'm Aaron Tornberg, and tonight we have the pleasure of hearing two fantastic musicians. Deb Seymour, coming all the way from Seattle.
And my arms are tired. I flew.
And Art Grossman, the what's the name? Impresario of North Reading Community Coffee House.
Ziggy Ziegfeld. Yeah.
So we're going to have 10 rounds, no hitting below the belt, and play whatever you like. And this is going to be in the round, so we'll start with Deb. So Deb, take it away.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and also everyone out there in internet land. It's really great to be back here for my third time here at One Broadway Collaborative here in lovely Lawrence. Anyway, a bunch of us were talking before the show about families, genealogy, and history. This song is a song about unintended intergenerational consequences and is based on a true story involving my mother's grandfather, my great-grandfather, who was a rancher in Southern California, about, as I said, unintended consequences. We'll leave it at that. Great-grandpa was a cowboy, took great-grandma for his wife. For 50 years, they led a happy life, and they were celebrating with folks from far and near. All come to the ranch to toast the couple with good cheer. And the garden was a bustin' out with all the flowers in bloom. The kitchen was a jumpin', serving tasty barbecue. Old Joe was an old cowhand, wanted to help out. Great-grandpa took a look around and said, well, Joe, here's how. Keep the flies off of the cake. This is a special party, make no mistake. We don't want those nasty bugs down in our insides. Just keep the flies off the cake and all will be all right. Well, old Joe was a bit perplexed, not sure what to do, 'cause waving both his arms around he felt like a fool. But a swatter would be messy as far as he could see. That's when he turned around and grabbed a can of DDT. To keep the flies off of the cake, this is a special party, make no mistake. We don't want those nasty bugs down in our insides. Just keep the flies off the cake and all will be all right. Hi-ya! Today we know things we didn't know back then. DDT kills birds and makes chromosomes bend. Everybody ate the cake, no one thought it funny. Not my aunts and uncles, nor my then teenage mummy. Mom, you ate DDT sprayed what? Oh! The years went by and I was born and I turned out okay. But I still have some questions about my DNA. 'Cause instead of being a doctor, lawyer, judge, or statistician, I turned out to be a mutant, freaky folk musician. Keep the flies off of the cake. This is a special party, make no mistake. We don't want those nasty bugs down in our insides. Just keep the flies off the cake and all will be all right. Just keep the flies off the cake and all will be all right. Ole-hee-hoo, ole-hee-hoo, ole-hee, 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 ole-hee-hoo. Get along, little doggies. True story. The cake was sprayed.
This is going to be some night. I mean, we are really opposite ends of the spectrum, but that's good. That's good.
I'm Yang. You're Yin.
Yin. Yeah.
We're Yin and Yang. That's the name of our group, our superpower group.
And we're both doing all originals, but I didn't write any of mine. Unlike Deb. This was, I think it's a song that Roy Clark made famous, I think. Yesterday when I was young. Yesterday when I was young, the taste of life was sweet as rain upon my tongue. I teased at life as if it were a foolish game, the way the evening breeze may tease a candle flame. The thousand dreams I dreamed, the splendid things I planned, I always built to last on weak and shifting sand. I lived by night and shunned the naked light of day, and only now I see how the years ran away. Yesterday when I was young, so many happy songs were waiting to be sung. So many wild pleasures lay in store for me, and so much pain my dazzled eyes refused to see. I ran so fast that time in youth at last ran out. I never stopped to think what life was all about, and every conversation I can now recall concerned itself with me and nothing else at all. Yesterday the moon was blue, and every crazy day brought something new to do. I used my magic wand as if it were, used my magic age as if it were a wand. I never saw the waste and the emptiness beyond. The game of love I played with arrogance and pride, and every flame I lit too quickly died. The friends I made all seem somehow to drift away, and only I am left on stage to end the play. There are so many songs in me that won't be sung. I feel the bitter taste of tears upon my tongue. The time has come for me to pay for yesterday when I was young. Yesterday when I was young. One little goof.
Well, Halloween may be over, but there are still songs about things that go bump in the night. There's a calico shadow that follows me. Wherever I go, there it will be. On silent feet, with a doleful stare, that calico shadow follows me everywhere. There's a calico shadow that's set to pounce on anything that moves around, whether it be friend or enemy. That calico shadow is protecting me. What does she think? What does she see when those green eyes stare at me? I'm not alone, there is no doubt. A calico shadow follows me about. Calico shadow once had me duped. Took a little ride down the laundry chute, but in an instant flashed back upstairs. The calico shadow gets in everywhere. What does she think? What does she see when those green eyes stare at me? I'm not alone, there is no doubt. A calico shadow follows me about. What does she think? What does she see when those green eyes stare at me? I'm not alone, there is no doubt. A calico shadow follows me about. My calico shadow is fast asleep, tucked in a ball down at my feet. But I don't dare breathe or start to stir, or that shadow just might wake up. What does she think? What does she see when those green eyes stare at me? I'm not alone, there is no doubt. A calico shadow follows me about. A calico shadow follows me about. A calico shadow, she's the cat's meow.
All right.
That was for Miss Sweet Pea, my late calico.
All right. Yeah, that's all right. All right. No introduction needed. Ain't no use to sit and wonder why, babe. It don't matter anyhow. And there ain't no use to sit and wonder why, babe, if you don't know by now. When the rooster crows at the break of dawn, look out your window and I'll be gone. You're the reason I'm traveling on, so don't think twice, it's alright. There ain't no use in turning on your light, babe. That light I never knowed. And there ain't no use in turning on your light, babe. I'm on the dark side of the road. Still I wish there was something you would do or say to try and make me change my mind and stay. We never did too much talking anyway, so don't think twice, it's alright. Sing along, yeah. There ain't walking down that long, lonesome road, babe, where I'm bound, for I can tell. But goodbye is too good a word, gal, so I'll just say fare thee well. Now I ain't saying you treated me unkind, you could have done better, but I don't mind. You just sort of wasted my precious time, so don't think twice, it's alright. in calling out my name, gal, like you never did before. And there ain't no use in calling out my name, gal, I can't hear you anymore. I'm a-thinking and a-wondering all the way down the road. I once loved a woman, a child, I'm told. I gave her my heart, but she wanted my soul. So don't think twice, it's all right. Don't think twice, Bob Dylan. Thank you.
You know, he's probably pretty good at. He ghosted her, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, he really did. Have any of you ever been ghosted? Stood up, got on a blind date, and they didn't show up?
No.
Well, you guys have got really good luck, because I tell you, I was ghosted. I was stood up. I was left behind. And on Valentine's Day night,
way.
after I
No
made this
way.
dinner, yeah, it wasn't a first
Oh,
date, but it was
man.
definitely the last date. This song is called Dinner for One.
Wow.
Table is set, the candles are lit, sauce in the pot, but there's something amiss. 'Cause though I made a meal for two, somehow it's all come undone. I'm sitting down to a dinner for one. I don't know how it happened, how it came to all this. You know, I planned a feast of passion, now I dine on remiss. 'Cause all that's left is a plate of lonely with a dream underdone. As I sit here at this dinner for one. It started with attraction, I added a kiss, stirred in expectation to heighten the mix. One misunderstanding turned the whole batch to doubt. No wonder this recipe didn't work out. It didn't work out. So I drink my cup of sorrow and spit out my plans. It's hard to chew the pieces of a chance gone bad, and the flavor of regret will linger long on my tongue as I sit here at this dinner for one. Dinner for one. Dinner for one.
Wow.
Dinner for one.
Whoa. It really happened, huh?
It really happened.
Oh my God.
It really sucked. Pardon my language. That was bad.
Whoa. Ian Sylvia. Four strong winds that blow lonely, seven seas that run high, all those things that don't change, come what may. but our good times are all gone, and I'm bound for moving on. I'll look for you if I'm ever back this way. Think I'll go out to Alberta, the weather's good there in the fall. I got some friends that I can go to working for. Still I wish you'd change your mind if I asked you one more time. But we've been through that 100 times or more. 4 strong winds that blow lonely, 7 seas that run high, all those things that don't change, come what may. But our good times are all gone, and I'm bound for moving on. I'll look for you if I'm ever back this way. If I get there before the snow flies, and if things are going good, you could meet me if I sent you down the fair. But by then it would be winter, there ain't too much for you to do, and those winds sure can blow cold way out there. 4 strong winds that blow lonely, 7 seas that run high, all those things that don't change, come what may. But our good times are all gone, and I'm bound for moving on. I'll look for you if I'm ever back this way. 4 strong winds.
Ian Tyson. I feel cold listening to that song. I could just see Alberta is so dry in the Rockies.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, but I notice how the guy always says, "I'll look for you when I come back, but don't wait." But I'll look for you, but don't wait.
There's some Gordon Lightfoot songs that I don't
I
even
know.
play anymore because of that.
Oh, it's good. I love Forest Strong Winds, but it does make me feel like I'm kind of stuck. Here's a song about, well, being stuck. Cruising on Easy Street when your wheel of fortune got stuck. You thought it was just a glitch, a hitch in your good luck. But then down came the avalanche and all the pain that follows. The next thing you know, they've laid you low, deep down in the wallows. Who said life was supposed to be fair? God laughs every time you plan. You thought you had it all mapped out, the lines drawn spick and span. But times got tough, they coiled you up like a snake before it swallows. And the cruel, cruel joke is you begun to choke, face down in the wallows. Well, welcome, bud, into the tar and mud. Well, I suppose it all seems grim, being stuck in the holy muck, or maybe you'd best learn to swim. But when you think about the journey out, some part of you just hollows. So you acquiesce to your deep distress, knee deep in the wallows. Depression and discomfort, they're now your closest friends. That melancholy baby has got you up on end. But misery loves your company, you're now flesh and bone. When you're in the wallows, baby, you're never quite alone. So welcome, bud, into the tar and mud. Well, I suppose it all seems grim, being stuck in the holy muck, or maybe you'd best learn to swim. But all your fears. They're muscled up and flexing like Apollos. Oh, you feel so small that you toss it all into the mercy of the wallows. Addictive, primed to keep you pinned. The could haves and the should haves leave you twisting in the wind. But faith leaves a golden thread in the darkest pit. It's your call to rise or fall. What will you make of it? Welcome, friend, to the bitter end. Tell me, what's it gonna be? Will you walk that first hard mile or drown in misery? It's the same for everyone, everywhere, from Seattle to Sao Paulo. No soul's alive too big to dive into the deep end of the wallows. No soul's alive too big to dive into the deep end of the wallows. No soul's alive too big to dive into the deep end of the wallows. It's a co-write between that was a pandemic song that my friend Todd Lawrence from Vancouver, Washington, as opposed to Vancouver, British Columbia. We wrote that on Zoom. It's my one Zoom song co-write. Anyway, he's a fan. His stage name is Milo Binder. Definitely check him out at milobinder.com. He writes great songs, and I was honored to have him write that song about, well, I guess we felt kind of stuck, didn't we?
Oh yeah.
Wallowing.
That's all right. Well, I warned Rick that I was going to be playing. We did the Eagle's Nest, and I warned Rick that he'll be hearing songs that I was practicing during the Eagle's Nest. I know, and
Janet, if you're watching, hi.
But yeah, that's right. She's not watching now; she'll watch it later. But this is a song that I've been playing a lot. It's written by Jeff Daniels from Dumb and Dumber fame, and more. I mean, he's Broadway. He's done a lot of things, but he wrote a song that I heard, and I had to learn it because it's a love song to his guitar. That's what it is.
Oh my!
You haven't heard it?
No, I haven't.
It's a really good song. It's called "When My Fingers Find Your Strings." Yes. You were there when I was falling. You were there when I fell in love. You were there when I was thinking through all the things I was thinking of. You were always right beside me, never out of sight. You turned my never-evers into maybe I just might. Your pearly gates fly open when I bow my head and pray. My thunder turns to lightning, you rain sunshine on my day. When that melody's in me, I can hear your choir sing. When my fingers find your strings. When I'm left all by my lonesome, you know just how I feel. And when I'm down, you come around my corner on two wheels. And every time I tell the truth, you catch me in a lie. And every time I try to run, you just won't let me hide. Your pearly gates fly open when I bow my head and pray. My My thunder turns to lightning, you rain sunshine on my day. When that melody's in me, I can hear your choir sing. When my fingers find your strings. You're the sunrise in my morning, you're the warm wind through the night. You dance me through my darkness and you lead me to the light. You answer all my questions and you finish what I start. And when I'm at a loss for words, you find them in my heart. I hold you oh so carefully, I handle you with care. Oh, I never leave without you, I just take you everywhere. We both know I'm less without you, we both know it's plain to see. I ain't holding you, my friend, it's you who's holding me. Your pearly gates fly open when I bow my head and pray. My thunder turns to lightning, you rain sunshine on my day. When that melody's in me, I can hear your choir sing. When my fingers find your strings. When my fingers find your strings.
So
Jeff
who
Dan-
wrote, Jeff
Daniels.
Jeff Daniels, wow.
Yeah,
okay.
you go on YouTube. I mean,
think
he
that's
plays
beautiful.
it a lot, more intricate than I do, but it's a great tune, really great tune.
Yeah, but you made a nice, simple. More intricate isn't always.
I know,
better.
but
It's like-
I
because,
did the best I can.
yeah,
I did the
yeah,
best I
no,
can.
Oh, yeah, you're solid, man. So I do not have a song about my guitar, but I may have a song about shoes.
That's a close second.
Close second. So I promised everyone last year when I was here that this time I would have a new album for you to consider, and well, it's right over there in blue. And here's the title song about getting unstuck. And footwear. Some days the road is easy, all you need are walking shoes. Other days you negotiate in your heels and your business suit. Still other days are breezy, only bare toes will do. But when your heart gets broke, you gotta wear boots. You gotta wear boots, time to saddle up your courage. Boots, feet down in the stirrups. Boots to drive the heartache out of town. Boots, wrangle up all your sorrows. Boots, ride on past tomorrow. Sometimes you gotta wear boots. Some days you're jumping in your Converse with good news. Other days so sad, only slippers see you through. Still other days you go out waltzing in your highbrow dancing shoes. But when your heart gets broke, you gotta wear boots. Everybody can sing boots. I gotta wear boots, time to saddle up your courage. Boots, feet down in the stirrups. Boots to drive the heartache out of town. Boots, wrangle up all your sorrows. Boots, ride on past tomorrow. Sometimes you gotta wear boots. walk out of the door with the right footwear. You gotta wear boots, time to saddle if you courage. Boots, feet down in the stirrups, boots to drive the heartache out of town. Boots, wrangle up all your sorrows. Boots, ride on past tomorrow. Sometimes you gotta wear boots. You gotta wear boots, time to saddle if you courage. Boots, feet down in the stirrups, boots to drive the heartache out of town. Boots, wrangle up all your sorrows. Boots, ride on past tomorrow. Sometimes you gotta wear boots. You gotta wear boots. You gotta wear your boots, right, Dolores? You gotta wear boots. Boots, wear your boots. That's the famous one-word chorus sing-along. Boots, boots.
It works.
Boots.
So that reminds me, I'm a big
Yeah.
Everybody Loves Raymond fan.
Oh, yeah.
And there was an episode where Raymond's father and some buddies are doing a Civil War reenactment. And he comes in, he's dressed, he's in the basement, and his father's got his boots on. And he said to Raymond, he said, "This one here on the left doesn't feel right." He goes, "What does it say on the bottom?" He goes, "Right." Anyway, I thought it was funny.
I think that's cute. It's a dad joke.
Yes. You want to do some of the sounds?
Yeah. I
No?
don't have the words. I can't do it.
You can do it. You can.
I'll fake it.
You'll fake it.
I know parts of it.
That's all right.
You can tell we've practiced for
No
years.
rehearsal. Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again, because a vision softly creeping left its seeds while I was sleeping, and the vision that was planted in my brain still remains within the sounds of silence. In restless dreams I walked alone, narrow streets of cobblestone, neath the halo of a street lamp. I turned my collar to the cold and damp, when my eyes were stabbed by the flash of a neon light that split the night and touched the sounds of silence. And in the naked light I saw 10,000 people, maybe more. People talking without speaking, people hearing without listening, people writing songs that voices never share, and no one dare disturb the sounds of silence. Fool, said I, you do not know, silence like a cancer grows. Hear my words that I might teach you, take my arms that I might reach you, but my words like silent raindrops fell and echoed in the wells of silence, and the people bowed and prayed to the neon god they made, and the sign flashed out its warning in the words that it was forming. The sign said the words of the prophet are written on the subway walls and tenement halls, and whispered in the sounds of silence. All right, that sounded pretty good to me. All right.
Well, thanks for letting me try that. I sort of don't always know the beginnings, but I know all the we all know the ends of the song.
Sounded
thank
good.
you so much. All right. Well, this song is only 5 days old. No, is it Friday? It's 6 days old now. Check my tuning here for a minute. Always the B string.
Yep.
There we go. Times are hard out there. Things are pretty grim for many, at least half the country. And this is to give the half the country that's mourning right now some hope. And it's called I Choose Hope. How do you sing when you have no song? How do you feel when your rights all go wrong? How do you cope when you can't get along? Well, I choose hope. I choose hope. How do you dance when you have two left feet? How do you talk when you can't speak? How do you win when you face defeat? I choose hope. I choose hope. Hope is the stars in the darkness. Hope is the seedling in the rain. Hope is the love we can harness when we walk together through the pain. Well, I choose hope. I choose hope. How do you laugh when all awash in tears? How do you move when you're all caught up in fear? How do you pray when God disappears? Well, I choose hope. I choose hope. That's a new song, folks. Hope is the stars in the darkness. Hope is the seedling in the rain. Hope is the love we can harness when we come together through the pain. Well, I choose hope. I choose hope. How do you stand when you feel so small? How do you rise up every time you fall? How do you know it'll work out at all? Well, I choose hope. I choose hope. Hope is the stars in the darkness. Hope is the seedling in the rain. Hope is the love that we harness when we walk together through the pain. Well, I choose hope. I choose hope. choose hope. I choose hope.
Great tune.
Thank you. I choose
I
hope.
think it's great tune.
I got there. The last verse went wandering away, but then I chose hope and it came back.
There you go.
But thank you very much.
It's a very good song.
Thank you.
Very good. Dave Malatime. It's called The Ballad of St. Anne's Reel. If Dolores had her clogs on, we could dance to this. He was stranded in some tiny town on fair Prince Edward Isle, waiting for a ship to come and find him. A one-horse place, a friendly face, some coffee and a tiny trace of fiddling in the distance far behind him. A dime across the counter, then a shy hello, brand new friend. Walk along the street in the winter weather. A yellow light, an open door, and a welcome friend. There's room for more, and then they're standing there inside together. He said, I've heard that tune before somewhere, but I can't remember when. Was it on some other friendly shore? Did I hear it on the wind? Was it written on the sky above? I think I heard it from someone I love, but I never heard it sound so sweet since then. His feet begin to tap. A little boy says, I'll take your hat. He's caught up in the magic of her smile. And leap the heart inside it went, and off across the floor he sent his clumsy body, graceful as a child. He said, there's magic in the fiddler's arms, and there's magic in this town. There's magic in the dancer's feet and the way they put them down. People smiling everywhere, boots and ribbons, locks of hair, laughter and old blue suits and Easter gowns. Now the sailor's gone, the room is bare, the old piano's sitting there, and someone's hat left hanging on the rack. An empty chair, the wooden floor that feels the touch of shoes no more, waiting for the dancers to come back. And the fiddle's in the closet of some daughter of the town. The strings are broken, the bow is gone, and the cover's buttoned down. But sometimes on December nights, when the air is cold and the wind is right, there's a melody that passes through this town. The Ballad of St. Anne's Reel. There we go.
Of course, when you lose hope, there's another recourse. What would we do without dogs? Man's canine companion, his best friend. They love you, all love you, and when your world goes wrong, they'll never ever leave you, not day nor all night long. when she's off for petting and to keep your feet warm at night, to bark at bungling burglars to wake you up at morning's light. But there's one more thing that we forget that faithful Fidos do. They'll bear the brunt of any stunt, even those they did not do. Even you, Ruby-Doo. Blame it on the dog, blame it on the dog, that you're the one that was the culprit all along. He will answer to his name and won't contest your claim. Go ahead, blame it on the dog. That paper's due, you know, that one you meant to write, but you had better things to do, like party half the night. So when it's time to turn it in, you simply smile and say, I'm sorry, teacher, it's out of reach, sir. My dog ate my thumb drive yesterday. Happens, Art. You've been up all night and taking flight in deep debauchery. Those loving oohs and ahs that kept you up till way past 3. You stumble into work 3 hours late, but yet, I'm so sorry I'm late, boss, but my dog got really, really sick. They ate these thumb drives, a whole box of them. I was all night with the vet. What a vet. Blame it on the dog, blame it on the dog, though you're the one that was the culprit all along. He will answer to his name and won't contest your claim. Go ahead, blame it on the dog. You had to eat that plate of beans and wash it down with beer. You ate with no restraint and no regard for who was near. And when at last it comes to pass in one great greasy fog, oh, Penny, well, it's true, you know what to do. You blame it on the dog. Oh, but somebody put the dog out. Oh. Everybody sing, blame it on the dog, blame it on the dog, though you're the one that was the culprit all along. You will answer to his name and won't contest your claim. Go ahead, blame it on the dog. Once more we blame it on the dog, blame it on the dog, though you're the one that was the culprit all along. He will answer to his name and won't contest your claim. Go ahead, blame it on the dog. That's all right. Blame all your problems on the dog. Don't try to solve them. Blame all your problems on the dog. Best to involve him. Blame all your problems on the... Get ready, Rick. Thank you very much.
Want to do last thing on my mind?
What?
Last thing on my mind?
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
Now Art is going to save us from such
No.
such tomfoolery.
Tom Paxton foolery.
Tom Paxton's going to save us.
It's a lesson too late for the learning, made of sand, made of sand. In the wake of an eye, my soul is turning. In your hand, in your hand. Are you going away with no word of farewell? Will there be not a trace left behind? Well, I could have loved you better, didn't mean to be unkind. You know that was the last thing on my mind. You got reason plenty for growing. This I know, this I know. For the weeds have been steadily growing. Please don't go, please don't go. Are you going away with no word of farewell? Will there be not a trace left behind? Well, I could have loved you better, didn't mean to be unkind. You know that was was the last thing on my mind. As we walk on, my thoughts keep a tumbling round and round, round and round. Underneath our feet, the subways are rumbling. Underground, underground. Are you going away with no word of farewell? Will there be not a trace left behind? Well, I could have loved you better, didn't mean to be unkind. You know that was the last thing on my mind. As I lie here in my bed in the morning, without you, without you, each song in my breast dies a-born without you, without you. Are you going away with no word of farewell? Will there be not a trace left behind? Well, I could have loved you better, didn't mean to be unkind. You know that was the last thing on my mind. Let's do it again. Sounds good. Are you going away with no word of farewell? Will there be not a trace left behind? What could have loved you better, didn't mean to be unkind. You know that was the last thing on my mind. That was the last thing on my mind. That was good. Excellent, excellent. Thank you.
That's such a classic song.
Yep.
So, you left me, huh, Art? You know, I don't know. Last thing on your mind? Oh, you say I've got challenges I ought to beat. Well, you're right. You're so very right that I ought to handle them rather than weep. Well, you're right. You're so very right. You say I'm too sensitive and pensive and glum, that I'd be better off if I'd loosen up. Oh, well, you're right. You're so very right. You've righted yourself right out of my life. Oh, well, you say that my cooking is offbeat and crazy. Well, you're right. You're so very right. And how I do dishes proves that I'm lazy. Well, you're right. You're so very right. And how I drive is frightful indeed. Oh, you say you drive better, though you always speed. Oh, but you're right. You're so very right. I've righted yourself right out of my life. Well, say, Mr. Righteous, what is it you got that you're right? Oh, you think you're so right. Why, you're always right, and I'm always not right. Why am I never right? Well, if love's a democracy, so like you say, then why are you taking my rights away? But you're right. You're so very right. You've righted yourself right out of my life. Oh, you say that you're better off living alone. Well, you're right. You're so very right that you never loved me. I should have known. Well, you're right. You're so very right that I deserve better. That's what you say. You're someone who loves me, who's willing to stay. Let me think about that. Oh, you're right, you're right. You're so very right. You've righted yourself right out of my life. I said you're right, you're right. You're so very right. You've righted yourself right out of my life. I said you're right, you're right. You're so very right. You righted yourself right out of my life. Bye-bye. Don't let the door hit you on the way out.
Wow. Terrific.
It's another true story, but we won't get into that.
Another one? Wow. Little Jim Croce tune. His son AJ is touring, playing his father's tunes. He'll be in Boston soon. It's called I Got a Name. Like the pine trees lining the winding road, I got a name, I've got a name. Like the singing bird and the croaking toad, I got a name, I've got a name. And I carry it with me like my daddy did, but I'm living the dream that he kept hid. Moving me down the highway, rolling me down the highway, moving ahead so life won't pass me by. Like the north wind whistling down the sky, I've got a song, I've got a song. Like the whippoorwill and the babies cry, I've got a song, I've got a song. And I carry it with me and I sing it loud. If it gets me nowhere, I'll go there proud. Moving me down the highway, rolling me down the highway, moving ahead so life won't pass me by. And I'm gonna go there free, like the fool I am and I'll always be. I've got a dream, I've got a dream. They can change their minds, but they can't change me. I got a dream, I've got a dream. Oh, I know I could share it if you want me to. If you're going my way, I'll go with you. Moving me down the highway, rolling me down the highway, moving ahead so life won't pass me by. Moving me down the highway, rolling me down the highway, moving ahead so life won't pass me by. Jim Croce, there we go. Thank you.
I've been from Tucson to Tucumcari to Hatchapee to town. Anyway, I don't know all the words to that one. I have been to all four of those places, though. But speaking of moving down the highway, some of my best songs come when I'm on the road, and I was on my way. I had recorded like 8 of the songs on my new album. Was happily driving to the Tucson Folk Festival on Interstate 10 through Arizona. And all of a sudden it dawned on me, Deb, I says, a voice to myself, Deb, you don't have any love songs on this new album. There's no love songs on this new album? No, you have no love songs. You have them on all your other 4 albums, but you don't have one on this one. Well, it figures you don't have a love song, and you've been with your guy for 16 years. You've never written him a love song. Maybe you should try to write a love song. I'm trying to write a love song with pretty words, but instead I'm doing dishes. It's hard to feel romantic when you're scraping last night's spinach off the silverware. And the cat needs to be fed, and I'm running late again. I guess this song will have to wait for later on today. I'm trying to write a love song with unicorns, but instead I'm doing taxes. It's hard to wax poetic when the income and the outflow columns don't stack right again. And the laundry still needs folding between write-offs and withholding. Guess this song will have to wait for another date. The day-to-days will get you, keep you from your heart and the things you want to do, the words you want to say. Oh, I'm full of love, full of such love for you. I want to write it down, but life rushes in the door with another delay. Day-to-days will get you, keep you from your heart and the things you want to do, the words you want to say. I'm full of such love for you. I want to write it down, but life rushes in the door with another delay. Oh, I'm trying to write a love song with Cupid's bows, but instead I'm hearing stitches. How can I fashion metaphor when you've got me in the clinches of your silly puns? I've become undone from laughing. I'm having too much fun to write, so I put the pen away. I'll write another day, still thinking about that love song. But when I look into your eyes so warm and wise, realize you already know how much I love you. I can see it in your smile. And as you take my hand, it's then I understand that all along I had a love song. I wrote a love song. For my husband, Jason Wood.
All right.
And now you've just been to our wedding. That was it. He wrote a poem, I wrote a song, and I said I do, and I did. We did.
Good enough. That works.
Yeah.
That works. Well, here's a song I've been thinking about, but it's not a happy song. It's a John Prine song. It's okay. It's okay. It's called Unwed Fathers.
Oh, yeah.
It's hard not to think about it these days. In an Appalachian Greyhound station, she sits there waiting in a family way. Goodbye, brother, tell Mom I love her, tell all the others I'll write someday. From a teenage lover to an unwed mother, kept under covers like some bad dream. While unwed fathers, they can't be bothered, they run like water This ain't no playground, and this ain't home. Someone's children out having children in a gray stone building all alone. From a teenage lover to an unwed mother, kept under covers like some bad dream, while unwed fathers, they can't be bothered. They run like water through a mountain stream. Somewhere else bound, Smoky Mountain greyhound, she bows her head down, humming lullabies. Your daddy never meant to hurt you ever. He just don't live here, but you got his eyes. From a teenage lover to an unwed mother, kept under covers like some bad dream, while unwed fathers, they can't be bothered. They run like water through a mountain stream. They run like water through a mountain stream. Unwed Fathers, John Prine. Thank you.
Dear Abby, dear Abby, my feet are too long. My hair's falling out and my rights are all wrong. My friends, they all tell me I've no friends at all. Won't you write me a letter? Won't you give me a call? Sign, bewildered. Everybody can sing this one, I know you can. Bewildered, bewildered, you have no complaint. You are what you are and you ain't what you ain't. So listen up, Buster, and listen up good. Stop wishing for bad luck and knocking on wood. Dear Abby, my fountain pen leaks. My wife hollers at me and my kids, they're all freaks. I've tried every side that I get on's the wrong side of bed. But if it weren't so expensive, I'd wish I were dead. Signed, unhappy. Unhappy, unhappy, you have no complaint. You are what you are, but you ain't what you ain't. So listen up, Buster, and listen up good. Stop wishing for bad luck and knocking on wood. This next one is one I probably wrote in, believe it or not. Dear Abby, you won't believe this, but my stomach makes noises each time that I kiss. Well, my boyfriend, he says that it's all in my head, but my stomach says I ought to write you instead. Signed, noisemaker. Noisemaker, noisemaker, you have no complaint. You are what you are, but you ain't what you ain't. So listen up, Buster, and listen up good. Stop wishing for bad luck and knocking on wood. Abby, well, I never thought that me and my boyfriend would actually get caught. We were sitting in the back seat, just shooting the breeze, with my hair up in curler and my skirts to my knees. Signed, just married. Just married, you have no complaint. You are what you are and you ain't what you ain't. So listen up, Buster, and listen up good. Stop wishing for bad luck and knocking on wood. Here's the great finish. Signed, Dear Abby.
Now, you see, that's a tune that if John Prine did right, I could see Stan writing that song.
Yeah, I could too.
I could see Stan. You could write a tune just like that. That's right up your alley.
Right here.
I know it's too late, but I could,
but you know, you can pretend
you got one in there. I know you got one in there like that.
So what happens when you have two singers on stage doing one John Prine song after the other? Prine squared? A prime number.
Okay.
A prime disaster and a very bad joke. Sorry, Jay Cunningham's been telling me dad jokes. It's catching on. It's now, I guess they're mom jokes, except I'm not a mom.
This is getting to be that time of year for a Gordon Lightfoot tune called Song for Winters.
Yes.
The lamp is burning low upon my tabletop. The snow is softly falling. The air is still in the silence of my room. I hear your voice softly calling. If I could only have you near to breathe a sigh or two, I would be happy just to hold the hands I love upon this winter's night with you. The smoke is rising in the shadows overhead. My glass is almost empty. I read again between the lines upon each page the words of love you sent me. If I could know within my heart that you were lonely too, I would be happy just to hold the hands I love upon this winter's night with you. The fire is dying now, my lamp is growing dim. The shades of night are lifting. The morning light steals across my window pane, where webs of snow are drifting. If I could only have you near to breathe a sigh or two, I would be happy just to hold the hands I love and to be once again with you, and to be once again with you. Song for Winter's Night, Gordon Lightfoot. Yeah.
So out of the many jobs I had before I was a web designer and had my own business, one of them was doing garbage surveys at the county garbage dumps. And it's kind of an unusual job, but occasionally King County, where it's just the seat of Seattle, needs to figure out how much and why people aren't getting garbage service in the unincorporated county. So they hire people to go out with clipboards and our hard hats and sit at the transfer stations and ask people, are you bringing in construction waste, yard waste, or household garbage? And if you don't have city pickup, why is that? And there were a bunch of canned answers. It's too expensive, most common answer, all the way down to the dogs get into the trash. Blame it on the... Never mind. Different song. Needless to say, what I learned on this job was something very profound, which is people don't like to talk about their garbage. They really don't. I probably could have asked someone their bank account number and they would have given to me. I should have done that. Anyway, I was yelled at, I was cursed at, I was called government waste, I was called words I won't repeat here because this is a family show. There's one old guy, particular crazed man with crazy hair and a burnt-out Chevy Ranchero who threatened to run over me 3 times at the Tukwila transfer station to the tune of, government. So needless to say, this was a rather soul-sucking job. But then things changed when this particular homeless gentleman wandered in to the dump site, and he was swapping out cans and picking up other cans to sell, I think, and changed my perspective and told me that you can find love in the most unlikely of places. This is called the Can Man, or Light Is On. He ain't much to look at, shabby and faded, a piece of punched up leather someone used and thrown away. He takes his trash can in and out of the dump site each day, cashing in for what he can and taking other stuff away. I was working for the county doing surveys on the trash, smoky diesel screaming down, drivers rude and fast. I wrote him off as crazy, I wouldn't give him my time, but he caught me at a pause, and he looked me in the eye. The light is on, somebody's home. Lean on me, sister, you are not alone. Open up your heart, share your heavy load. The light is on. 3 years ago, he said, they told me by now I should be dead. I had spots the size of golf balls in my lungs and in my head. But Jesus came and I'm still here, digging in the dump, rescuing souls in need whom others give up. People think they can own their home, their body, or their life, but these things are impermanent. I've seen the other side. So take care of what's holy, choose to do right. And when God comes and finds you, won't you let that love inside? The light is on, somebody's home. Lean on me, sister, you are not alone. Open up your heart, share your heavy load. The light is on. He said, God bless and thank you. To my surprise, he gave me the hug and wheeled his battered barrel out, his daily work now done. The truck still rumbled through the site, the drivers were still mean, but somehow down there in the garbage, all things were washed clean. Now I don't know which path to God I'll walk over time, the Buddha, Jesus, or the goddess. Someday I'll decide, but I now know there's a love out there that crosses all those lines. And if I ever feel in doubt, the can man's who I'll think about. The light is on, somebody's home. sister, you are not alone. Open up your heart, share your heavy load. The light is on. The light is on. Somebody's home. Lean on me, sister and brothers, you are not alone. Open up your hearts, share your heavy load. The light is on. The light is on. The light is on. Can Man.
Wow.
It's another true story. They
Well,
find me.
it's a good source, right? I mean,
Yeah.
why not? Doesn't need this. Another song that doesn't need introduction. It's a classic. I think it is anyway. I think like 1959. I bless the day I found you. I wanna stay around you, and so I beg you, let it be me. Don't take this heaven from one, if you must cling to someone now and forever. Let it be me. Each time we meet, love, I find complete love. Without your sweet love, what would life be? So never leave me lonely. Tell me you love me only, and that you'll always let it be me. Each time we meet, love, I find complete love. Without your sweet love, what would life be? So never leave me lonely. Tell me you love me only, and that you'll always let it be me. Let it be me. Let it be me. Everly Brothers. Thank you.
Everly Brothers. I just noticed that there's all these like sticks lying over here. Shouldn't they be over here? Had a dance band. I just noticed that now. That I was like, what is incongruent? Actually, I love this thing. I think it's great. It's pretty hilarious too. Anyway, shout out to anyone out there in internet land.
Yes.
I do see you. I see the camera, and I'm glad you're here, and I'm glad that you guys are here in person.
Yes.
And I see you in the back too. I remember you from last year. So thank you so much for coming out to seeing us. I'm not sure where we are in the rounds yet, but we're going to go from this lovely love song back to the garbage dump here. Well, sort of. Well, that could be, yeah. The same company that I was working for that was doing the garbage surveys also runs the household hazardous waste shed that goes, it's called the Waste Mobile. That's such a Seattle thing. It goes around to all the communities outside the main city limits, and you get a little thing in your flyer and you can bring all your used paint and pesticides and stuff in. And so I was working for them for a while as well. And one of my coworkers, Gina, good soul she is, she said, "Hey Deb, you're a songwriter." I go, "Yeah." She goes, how come every time I turn on country radio, there's not songs about a woman like me? And I said, a woman like you? She goes, yeah, Mama wears a hard hat. And I go, I don't know. She goes, well, you need to go home and write it. Mama wears a hard hat, Mama wears work boots, drives a forklift and uses big tools. She's got a big voice, she can talk tough to all the big boys. Oh, they listen up. She don't dress up in diamonds and pearls, but Mama is a queen of the working girls. Mama never was one to take any flack, even when they said women don't work like that. Oh, Mama got the train and Mama's on the job. Mama is the one everyone counts on. She can build a building, build a bridge. She can build a roadway, she'll win the bid. And if you need a buddy to get you through a jam, well, you can bet your buddy Mama, she's your man. Oh, Mama wears a hard hat, Mama wears work boots, drives a forklift and uses big tools. She's got a big voice, she can talk tough to all the big boys. Oh, they listen up. She don't dress up in diamonds and pearls, but Mama is the queen of the working girls. Whistle blows and the sun comes up. Well, she's out on the job site getting things done. Tote that load, lift that bale, driving steel and pounding nails. Sweat is pouring off her brow, but she's flying high over broken ground. Pretty is as pretty does. Does pretty work? Hell yes, she does. She lets her hair all hang down. Mama loves her friends and Mama loves her kids, and Mama loves her man like it's nobody's business. Mama wears a hard hat. 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 Look out, y'all. I jump around, but I'm sitting on the stool. Mama wears a hard hat.
Well, when Deb asked where we are round-wise, time-wise, it made me think of this song that I played earlier today, written in 1876. It's called My Grandfather's Clock.
Oh, yeah.
My grandfather's clock was too large for the shelf, so it stood 90 years on the floor. It was taller by half than the old man himself, though it weighed not a penny, weighed more. It was bought on the morn of the day that he was born, and was always his pleasure and pride. But it stopped short, never to go again, when the old man died. 90 years without slumbering, his life seconds numbering. Well, it stopped short, never to go again, when the old man died. Now in watching the pendulum swing to and fro, many hours had he spent while a boy. And in childhood and manhood the clock seemed to know and to share both his grief and his joy. For it struck 24 when he entered at the door, with a blooming and beautiful bride. But it stopped short, never to go again when the old man died. 90 years without slumbering, his life seconds numbering. Well, it stopped short, never to go again when the old man died. My grandfather said that of those he could hire, not a servant so faithful he found. For it wasted no time and had but one desire, at the close of each week to be wound. And it kept in its place not a frown upon his face, and its hands never hung by his side. But it stopped short, never to go again when the old man died. 90 years without slumbering, his life seconds numbering. Well, it stopped short, never to go again when the old man died. And it rang an alarm in the dead of the night, an alarm that for years had been dumb. And we knew that his spirit was pluming for flight, that his hour of departure had come. So the clock kept its time with a soft and muffled chime, as we silently stood by his side. But it stopped short, never to go again when the old man died. 90 years without slumbering, his life seconds numbering. Well, it stopped short, never to go again when the old man died. And it stopped short, never to go again when the old man died. Oh, my grandfather's clock. Thank you.
You know, that's interesting because my father's grandfather clock, just to make confusing, but I grew up with this big old grandfather clock. It was on the foot of the stairs in our house in San Francisco, and everyone would think it was a doorbell. It was stately, bong, bong, bong. And after my dad died, my mom, she moved into an assisted living place, and she kept the clock, and it never ran again. It is the strangest thing. It's like she had 3 or 4 guys, clock people, come to try and get it to work. Wouldn't work. It was like, my dad's dead, Boyd Seymour's dead, I'm done.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy? So that actually happened.
Yikes.
I thought that was just something that, you read about in ghost stories, but it happened. I have a song that involves a clock, but it's kind of a downer, but it's a downer with a glimmer of hope. And since Neil Dale isn't here to sing his Heart of the Earth song, I thought maybe I'd sing my Heart of the Earth song, which has a clock in it, something like this. 11:58. The hands read on the clock, stunned into attention. There's no more time for talk. Her fever is rising. She's tired and worn down. They say there's little hope, and time is running out. I should have seen she was sick. I should have seen the clues. Her breathing so belabored, her body scarred and bruised. But I was too damn busy, wrapped up in my own life. The truth is inconvenient, we run from it and hide. The heart of the earth beats harder each day, every breath that she takes, she's wasting away. With the illness in her rivers, the garbage in her seas, my Mother Earth is dying because of me. If I could only take back every foolish thing I did, all those plastic straws, the gallons burned, a million coffee lids. But seduced by convenience, I cut her with these knives, the environmental damage causing Gaia's ecocide. The heart of the earth beats harder each day, every breath that she takes, she's wasting away. From the sickness in her soil, the burning in her trees, my Mother Earth is dying because of me. Bad habits are hard to break, but this I must do, because business as usual won't see my mother through. Time to harness the wind and solar energy, learn to love and care for her and live in harmony, so that the heart of the earth beats stronger each day. Every breath that she takes will give life every day. The hour is upon me, I must mend my ways to heal Mother Earth. The future starts today. The heart of the earth beats harder each day. Every breath that she takes, she's wasting away. Yes, the hour is upon us, we can bend our ways to heal Mother Earth. The future starts today. Heart of the Earth.
Excellent, excellent.
I haven't sung that one in a while, so thanks, you and Clock.
Hey, Aaron, just for planning purposes, where are we on time-wise? You got another 2 hours.
Yours, yeah.
We'll do a couple more.
Couple
Is that
more.
good?
Yeah, two more. Okay. Thank you.
This was not in my set list, but since Dolores is here.
Yeah.
I was sitting in my hotel room, strumming my old guitar. Not much to do when you're far away and playing some smoky bar. I was feeling a little empty and feeling a little blue when the maid came in and asked me if she could do my room. I put down my old guitar and she gave me a smile. She had a crusty voice and a drinker's look, but she had a friendly style. She dusted my room and made my bed, and she talked of the days gone by. She spoke of when she wooed the men, and a tear came to her eye. And she said, I used to be a country singer. I could sing a mean Patsy Cline. My husband, he could yodel like Wilf Carter. Kitty Wells was a real good friend of mine. Well, she told me that her husband died and her son was overseas. I could tell by her eyes and her broken smile she was lonely just like me. She asked me if I'd listen to a tape of when she was young. She said, I can't sing now, I forget the words, and my voice is almost gone. And she said, I used to be a country singer. I could sing a mean Patsy Cline. My husband, he could yodel like Wilf Carter. Kitty Wells was a real good friend of mine. Oh, I cried inside, but I couldn't tell if it was for her or for me. So I grabbed my axe and we sang a song in two-part harmony. Ever since that day when I'm feeling down and I can't find a happy tune, I just think of that maid and the feeling she gave when she came to clean my room. And she said, I used to be a country singer. I could sing a mean Patsy Cline. My husband, he could yodel like Wilf Carter. Kitty Wells was a real good friend of mine. I used to be a country singer. I could sing a mean Patsy Cline. My husband, he could yodel like Wilf Carter. Kitty Wells was a real good friend of mine. Kitty Wells was a real good friend of mine. For Dolores.
Who wrote that?
The guy, Gordon Lightfoot. It's the guy who's related to Gordon Lightfoot. His name is Steve McCowan. But
Okay,
but Gordon Lightfoot sang it. But it's one of the few songs he sang and did not write. Only a
I have
couple
not
of
heard
them.
that one. That was really cool.
Yep.
Well,
I don't know. Maybe.
I think so. Well, I know what I'm going to do because we've talked about Patsy Cline, and earlier today Rick was reminding us that the moon is full tonight. Time to go walking after midnight. This is the Alicia Healy arrangement. It's a little bit different, but it's still a song. It's a blues version. Well, I go walking after midnight out in the moonlight, just like we used to do. I go out walking after midnight, searching for you. I walk for miles along the highway. Well, that's just my way of saying I love you. I'm always searching after midnight for you. I stopped to see a weeping willow crying on his pillow. Maybe he is crying for me. And as the night turns gloomy, the night winds whisper to me, I'm as lonesome as I can be. I go out walking after midnight, out in the moonlight, just hoping you might be out there walking after midnight, searching for me. To see a weeping willow crying on his pillow. Maybe he is crying for me. And as the night turns gloomy, the night winds whisper to me, I'm as lonesome as I can be. I go out walking after midnight, out in the starlight, just hoping you might be out there walking after midnight, searching for me. I go out walking after midnight, searching for you.
Excellent, excellent. All right, well, this is my last tune. I guess Deb's going to do one more. I want to thank Deb for letting me share the stage with her. I want to thank the people who are here, anybody who's, I'm sure there's millions of people who are watching. I want to thank them.
Yeah.
Certainly want to thank Aaron for having us.
We love Aaron.
Yes.
One Broadway Collaborative.
Yes.
Woo!
Yes. Yes, if you're watching, I know you paid to watch, but send something extra too. I mean, we can use Aaron can use it here.
Aaron can use it here.
Yes, yes. So Deb did her I Choose Hope. I'm going to do Dave Mallett's Hope for One and All is my last tune. Hope the cable's in the right place. If the more... I don't like it. Try it here. You know, after an hour and a half or 2 hours of singing changes. If the morning star still disappears behind a sky of blue, if people rise and go to work just like they always do, as long as young folks fall in love and kids keep growing tall, with the earth below and the sky above, there's hope for one and all. If the moon still moves the deep blue sea and rules the hearts of men, if the world keeps turning quietly, oh, here we go again. If the winter grass turns April green when the rain begins to fall, if there's water flowing from the stream, there's hope for one and all. There's hope for you and me, my friend, with our backs against this wall. If there's water flowing from the stream, there's hope for one and all. If a man still does the best he can, though no one cares, if mothers rock their babes to sleep and say a little prayer, if the old car starts when the wind blows cold, away down in the fall, if there's one good spark in the falling dark, there's hope for one and all. There's hope for you and me, my friend, with our backs against this wall. If there's one good spark in the falling dark, there's hope for one and all. If there's one good spark in the falling dark, there's hope for one and all. Hope for one and all, David Mallet. Thank you.
I think that's a great song to end on because I went first, so you should go.
No.
No.
You got one more.
I got one more?
You got one more. Absolutely.
All right. Is there any Debads out there that have requests that I didn't get to? You want your Gato Negro, of course. Another Moon song. We'll end it with a little Latin love song. This is if OkCupid and Match.com don't work out for you. It's always best to call the Feline dating service. They'll get you hooked up. For Rick Page, my request. Asleep in the window, soaking up the sunlight. The weight of the world seems to pass you by, but you have a secret you keep deep inside you, hidden in the colors of your eyes. Oh, gato negro, please tell me true. When you take your midnight stroll beneath the moon, is there anyone out there that you know of? Somebody looking for someone to love. Is he tall and handsome or sweet and blonde? A businessman, a craftsman, or a singer of songs? Whoever he is he lonely and blue, and looking for someone to hold on to? Oh, gato negro, please tell me true. When you take your midnight stroll beneath the moon, is there anyone out there that you know of? Somebody looking for someone to love. As you slip inside his window and purr around his feet, you'll slip into his heart as you settle there to sleep. Please take him this message. Dear sir, we have not met, but I know you're out there somewhere. May we find each other yet. Asleep in the window, soaking up the sun. Another night is over, another day begun. La-da-da. La-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Another day begun. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Another day begun. Oh, little black cat. Gato negro, black cat.
All right.
Gracias. There's always hope. Always hope. You're welcome, Rick. Glad you asked for that one.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, ladies and
Before we take
gentlemen,
our
let's
bow-
hear it once again for Art and Deb. Let's hear it for them.
Thank you. Thank you.
Did you take our picture, Rick? I did. I posted it already. Oh my God! Did we take a picture of my knee?
Well, thank you guys for playing, and we have Mark Douglas Berardo and Louise Coombe coming tomorrow. So if you want to come in for that, that's going to be a great show as well. So everybody say cheese.
Cheese. All right. That was terrific. Terrific. What's that?
I'll be 60, but I have arthritis.